them is an entirely different thing. It's one thing just to talk about it, and it's very hard for me to talk about it because I was really addicted to the Kingdom Hearts video game titles. I'm not going to deny it. I was really addicted, and that's really the only way of describing the original Kingdom Hearts releases. I was very addicted to it. I had to pull myself away from the original Kingdom Hearts video game. I had to pull myself away even more so for the HD release of the game a decade later. And I'm still talking about Kingdom Hearts because I honestly believe that Kingdom Hearts is one of the greatest titles that Square Enix and the PlayStation Corporation have ever released, and I stand to that. I've been saying it for years, that the Kingdom Hearts titles are some of the greatest that Square Enix have ever released in the PlayStation Corporation, and I'm sure there are millions of Kingdom Hearts fans out there who will agree with me when I say that Kingdom Hearts is possibly the greatest video game ever released from Square Enix. Now, to update you on some releases of Square Enix, I went to their website the other day. They have the Final Fantasy X and Final Fantasy X-2 video game compilation released for the first time ever in high definition, and they have a lot of upcoming releases that they're promoting on their website, but the biggest thing they have out right now is Final Fantasy X and Final Fantasy X-2. So if you want to give us your opinion on those video games, if you played any of the newer releases from Square Enix leading up to the release of Kingdom Hearts HD 2.5, even with how much you want this video game to drop, I'm sure you're like me and want this video game to be released sooner than what the release date is forecasted for. But if you want to give us an update on any of the newer titles you played, like Final Fantasy X and Final Fantasy X-2, a combination of both, you can. I was on Square Enix's website the other day, and the only thing they're advertising is Kingdom Hearts HD 1.5, which they're selling off of their website, and that's the only update we're getting on Kingdom Hearts as of late. And on the Kingdom Hearts website, the same thing is always popping up with a scattered new trailer added on their Facebook page or on their Twitter, and there isn't even as much conversation that you would expect to see on Twitter, especially with how Twitter is the most popular social media network. Now, the first Kingdom Hearts HD title that was released in high definition sold over 20 million copies worldwide, so that is an indication that we will see the sequels released in high definition in 2014. Just the amount of cash flow that was generated for Kingdom Hearts HD 1.5 is perhaps the biggest indication that we will see it sometime in 2014, and that really blew my mind that it sold over 20 million copies. It just goes to show how popular the video game title was. If you can sell over 20 million copies of a video game title, that defines just how popular a video game title was. If you sold only 10 million copies and cut it in half, then you would kind of pass it off as just a title that Square Enix released just for the sake of dropping a video game in the fall. But as I said here earlier, video game developers always have a time when they're going to release video games, because that is when video game sales are at their peak and a lot of competition is released. And Kingdom Hearts is going to have a lot of competition out there by the fall of 2014, because usually that's when all the video game developers go to war with the releasing of their various titles, and that's when everything comes in at once. Going back to how I said there's always a peak for video game releases, and we need to know more. The bottom line is we need to know more on Kingdom Hearts HD 2.5 and what's coming out in the way of competition. I know last year the biggest titles were Kingdom Hearts HD 1.5 and how it had competition being presented from Rockstar Games' Grand Theft Auto 5. Those two titles were released just a couple of weeks apart from one another, and I'm sure that we're going to be seeing something from Rockstar Games in the fall as well, so that will provide a lot of competition for Kingdom Hearts HD 1.5 or HD 2.5 rather. But the thing is, you got to really be a fan of Kingdom Hearts to go out and purchase the copy of the game. The thing is, I've always said about video game releases is you really have to be in to a video game title and what the video game focuses on. So for Kingdom Hearts, you really have to be a Disney fan. You have to be a fan of Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, Goofy, and just every Disney character in general. And if you're not a fan of Kingdom Hearts and Disney characters, this is not the game for you. I would recommend something before this than anything. I would recommend something from Rockstar Games, or I would recommend something that is more appealing to you, like Final Fantasy, before I would ever recommend Kingdom Hearts. But the thing is, you really have to be into it. And if you haven't figured it out, I'm a really die-hard Disney fan, because everything that has had to do with Kingdom Hearts over the years, I found myself caught up within. I've been talking about it for years. Ever since I was 16, I was a really big fan of Kingdom Hearts video game titles on the PlayStation 2, and they weren't even in high definition back then. I was just a die-hard Disney fan and a die-hard fan of the gameplay for Kingdom Hearts. A couple of things that you're going to get out of Kingdom Hearts HD 2.5 is you're going to get updated command menus, you're going to get an updated feel For the video game, easier controls. The O button will make you jump. The X button is your attack button, and of course you have similar controls to Final Fantasy. Very fan-friendly gameplay with this one. Very easier to play than Final Fantasy. I know the Final Fantasy battle mode was a little bit fucked up. A lot of people complained about how Final Fantasy battle mode menus were very fucked up. But this game here doesn't have as many fucked up menus and fucked up features. You will enjoy playing this game more than you probably have any previous Square Enix video game release. So that's one thing that really jumps at me about it, is how not fucked up the gameplay is and how enjoyable it is from level to level, cutscene to cutscene, and just how the game is just being reviewed so positively. Everybody is really excited about this, and it's very rarely that you will read anything negative in the way of a review for Kingdom Hearts. Usually you get a video game where there are hundreds of negative reviews, and it is a very rare thing of reading something negative about Kingdom Hearts. I have read more positive things over the years about Kingdom Hearts than I have read negative things, and that's always a good thing. Square Enix have really come through with this, and the geniuses behind Kingdom Hearts need to be credited for just how much work ethic they put into this game and how they've never forgotten about it for years and years and years. I wonder who came up with the idea of releasing Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy X and X-2 in high definition on the PlayStation 3. Maybe it was just to give fans of these original video games a chance to play the North American releases being released for the first time ever after previously being released in Japan. Maybe it was just to give fans the chance to play these games all over again. There are a lot of Final Fantasy fans out there, and there are a lot of Disney fans out there, so maybe that's why. And if you're a fan of Final Fantasy, you're going to love Kingdom Hearts just as much. And if you're a fan of both Disney and Final Fantasy, this is an incredible opportunity for you. Now, if you haven't seen any of the trailers for Kingdom Hearts HD 2.5, there are a number of them. I think there were up to 3. We have tweeted a lot of them on Twitter at JonathanClarke1 and posted a lot of them on our Facebook page. If you have not seen them, go to our Facebook page and let us know what your comments are on the trailers for Kingdom Hearts HD 2.5. I want to know if you're excited just as much as what I am on the release of this game, because I've always been a fan of the Kingdom Hearts product and the Kingdom Hearts series, and I'm just as much looking forward to Kingdom Hearts 3, even though I don't have a PlayStation 4 or an Xbox One, which the game will be released on when it finally drops. I'm looking forward to the release of Kingdom Hearts 3 just as much as I have been for the releases of Kingdom Hearts HD 1.5 last fall and the up-and-coming release of Kingdom Hearts HD 2.5 this fall, a year after the original HD title was dropped for Kingdom Hearts. And if you haven't seen any of the visuals, there are a lot of them at KingdomHearts.com. Really nice website for fans of the Kingdom Hearts series, and there is just as much merchandise released for Kingdom Hearts now as there was 10 years ago. Remember the amount of merchandise you could get for things like Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts, and how amazing it was? There's just as much merchandise to promote the release of it now as there was 10 years ago. Strategy guides, action figures, everything for Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts is all being dropped by Square Enix. And again, the Square Enix press conference comes on June 9th. So hopefully we'll find out what the release date is, and we'll have some of our questions answered, more questions than what we had answered going in to the press conference. And of course Square Enix will release a press release, obviously, on their official website, which of course is squareenix.com. There are a lot of deals, a lot of news up there. There are a lot of previews for upcoming video game releases, and you can even purchase video game titles from Square Enix. Really nice website. The other day I had a chance to review it, and I don't have many negative things to say about the Square Enix video game website, because there's so much detail on there, and you'll get a lot of your questions answered. There's even a discussional forum on the Square Enix website, and the chance for you to purchase some of the latest titles to drop from Square Enix. And to update you on some of the latest titles, I think the biggest one, even though it's not as expensive as other titles that Square Enix have released, like Final Fantasy Lightning Returns, which was one of the latest ones to drop and one of their most successful, is Final Fantasy X and Final Fantasy X-2 released in high definition. Basically what it is you get a couple of things that you didn't get with the original release back on the PlayStation 2, and it's just something for die-hard fans of Final Fantasy X and Final Fantasy X-2. Remember how Final Fantasy X and X-2 were described as the two biggest Final Fantasy games at that point when it was released on PlayStation 2? That's what they're saying about their HD releases of Final Fantasy X and Final Fantasy X-2, but it's just the original title. The only difference is it's released in high definition, so I don't expect to get much, even though they say you get a couple of extra cutscenes and you get a couple of extra features that you didn't get with the original one. And of course it's being released in high definition for the first time in North America, just as Kingdom Hearts HD 1.5 was last fall. And if you ask me, it's just leading up to the anticipated release of Kingdom Hearts HD 2.5 because Square Enix is making up for lost time with Kingdom Hearts not being released. But those are some of the latest things that Square Enix have going on, and of course you can go to their official website for more information. And we are inviting you to get in on the conversation of Kingdom Hearts HD 2.5 and the tentative release date, which could be dropped on June 9th. You can get in on the conversation on our Facebook page at HEW Entertainment with over 1,000 fans listening to our show. You can follow us on Twitter at Jonathan Clarke1 and watch us on our YouTube channel at Jonathan Clarke22 with over 1,000 videos uploaded for you. You can download our screensaver, our toolbar, our mobile app for mobile phones or devices, which we've recently updated with a call feature and an email feature and a link to our website, and our upcoming birthday broadcast, which will take place on May 24th. There will be a link to the live stream available on our app on the day of the broadcast, which takes place at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we hope that you can join us for the broadcast of my 28th birthday, which happens on Saturday, May 24th, again at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Kingdom Hearts HD 2.5, really excited about that, and I'm hoping that fans of Kingdom Hearts will get the most out of their Kingdom Hearts HD 2.5 experience. If you want to get in on the conversation, you can, and remember, keep in mind the Square Enix press conference drops on June 9th. Hopefully we'll get the release date then, and of course we'll keep you updated on any further developments of the release of Kingdom Hearts HD 2.5. There's an interesting interview with the producer of Kingdom Hearts on KingdomHearts.com, and a lot of people have been profiling the interview with the director and developer of Kingdom Hearts HD 2.5 in the Kingdom Hearts series, and he's just as excited to drop this release in 2014 as all the fans are of the upcoming release of this, and we're going to get a release of it hopefully on PS4 and Xbox One in the way of Kingdom Hearts 3 in the very near future. I don't blame you if you're excited about the release of this game, because I'm just as much excited as all of you are. We just have to wait for the release date to become official and then to count the days to the release of Kingdom Hearts HD 2.5. Really, that's all we can do as fans. And when we come back from this brief commercial break, I'll have Parmalee's Carolina for you. It's a big hit for them on the country Billboard charts, and I'll play it for you when we come back.
When something takes place in the world of professional wrestling, you know where to go. WrestleZone.com. WrestleZone.com. Covering all the latest breaking news daily. Interactive forums where you can chat with thousands of other wrestling fans. Exclusive editorials and audio features by some of today's top wrestling superstars. Exclusive video content, weekly polls, live play-by-play coverage of every WWE and TNA pay-per-view. And now, featuring WrestleZone Radio, live with news, in-depth discussions, debates, and interviews with wrestling's top stars, past and present. When you think wrestling, think WrestleZone. WrestleZone.com.
He considers himself God's gift to wrestling, and millions of his faithful agree. With nearly 4 hours of footage and exclusive commentary and matches, this DVD chronicles Daniel's rise from Chicago's Windy City Wrestling